Hey everyone, it's Mommy Des from Mommy Does Her Nails, and for St. Patty's Day I posted up a manicure that had a rainbow gradient in it, and it garnered a little bit of interest, so I thought I'd do a tutorial on how I do gradients. It's honestly a culmination of several different gradient tutorials that I saw, so here is what we're going for here. Let's see if we can get this sucker to... Yeah, well, I'll post a picture, but you know, that's pretty much what we're going for here. Here's the colors that we'll be working with. I have China Glaze and Spontaneous. I have Sally Hansen Insta-Dry in Brisk Blue. These are, I have a Wet n Wild. This is called Undercover Graffiti, and the reason, I mean, you can see the bottle's like really messed up and stuff, because I pretty much primarily use this green for nail art, but you know, any just general green, you know, nice pigmented green cream, Orly Foul Duck off the top of my head would probably work really well. Julep Emily would probably work really well. There's a lot of green creams that, you know, would probably work really well. Zoya in Creamy, Wet n Wild in Scratchiti. It's again from the same line as the other one, but another one that would probably work really well would be like Zoya Jansen. I can't really think of any other, like, but I mean, an orange, a really pigmented orange is not difficult to find. And Julep Molly. I know these nails don't even have any base coat on them. So what I have here is I have my prepped nail. I've got my favorite base coat on. It's Sally Hansen and Triple Strong. And the other things that you're going to need is a pair of scissors. I have my manicure scissors here with my sharp little clippers on them. I find it easier to cut the small squares with it. But you know, a regular pair of scissors will work just as well. And then I have makeup sponges. So I know that China Glaze released some ombre sets, and you guys have heard me rant about that before. But those sponges are super porous, and they literally just like soak all the polish like just down into the center of it, so you get like no color payout. This is my going over the gradient effect twice with a makeup sponge. Like, I like it super pigmented, but you'll see even with one run over. So I'm gonna go ahead and just stop talking and get to the part where you know. Oh, and very important, you want to have your cleanup stuff already ready to go. So I've got my little dipping bowl. A lot of people like to use the little acrylic bowls. I just found this at Bed Bath & Beyond for like 39 cents. So I picked one up. And I have my cleaning brush and I have my acetone. So you're gonna want to clean up between each nail. This is going to make a mess. If you have a type A personality, this is probably going to make you know, squirm a little bit, but just work your way through it, because seriously, the end result is so worth it. So now we're gonna stop talking. Right. Gotta move this aside. So I have my sponge here that I have been working with, and I seriously find that I can use the same sponge to get most of my nails done. If it starts getting a little bit tacky, I go ahead and I have another sponge set up. Now here's the thing. These sponges are approximately the same size as my nail. Oh, this is the side I was going to use. They're approximately the same size as my nail. I find that it is a lot easier to get control of my gradient effect if I have this the same size. You'll also know my colors. Notice my colors are painted directly on there, okay? Starting out, putting your colors on there first is a little bit stressful and frustrating, but as you go along, it's easier to see it, and I find that it's also easier to control my gradient than painting it onto like a plate or something and then trying to stamp it on. Because if you get very little color payout the first time around, then you have to try to go back and line it up all correctly, and it's very difficult. So I just pretty much paint it on there. Be generous in the color you put on there, as it is going to soak in. It is a sponge. This one's a little bit difficult because it has that real wide, like the real wide brush. And a little bit of overlap is perfectly fine. This is why I'm working with polishes that I don't care a whole lot about, because a little bit of the other colors might get onto the brush. Sorry. So see, they're kind of all overlapped a little bit. That's fine. We want them to overlap because then they're gonna, you know, pull together in that like blurred line kind of gradient effect. And that's good. We want that on the nail. Alright, now comes the really messy part. Okay. I'm doing my purple down at the bottom, right at the top. Okay. Just put it on there, and I kind of push it down a little bit so that it gets in all the little crevices. Want it all over the nail. Oh, look at all that mess it's making. This is why you want to have your cleanup stuff all ready to go. And look at that. See, just with one pass over, just one pass, it's super pigmented. This is why it's really good to pick nice pigmented ones. Don't go with too sheer, otherwise you have to do a lot of building to get it the way that you want it. And I realize I'm out of the screen. I apologize for that. We're going to do another pass so you'll see it again. Now, see, you'll notice that like my orange just kind of bleeds into my red a little bit. The nice thing about using this is that if you have a color that doesn't show up quite as well, you can just leave the other colors on and just paint that single color onto your sponge, and then you can just go and sponge that one single color on there to get it a little brighter, you know, and not quite so obscured by the other colors. Okay, so it's nicely built up on here. Now see, you'll notice like my purple went away. That's kind of a bummer, but this is the nice thing about this. I'll just put some purple on there, whittle some of it off, you know, so we don't get like a big floppy mess. And look, I'm not putting any other color on there. I'm just gonna go back with this one color and just sponge it on there real quick. And look, builds right back up. I don't have it. Ta-da! I know. Sometimes it's hard for me to stop, like I just keep wanting to mess with it, but you know, you should really stop while you're ahead. Okay, so I've got apparently my ass here. I'm in the frame. That's good. To the side there. Okay, so when cleaning up, look, you got a lot of polish out here, and it's all like, you know, of course, you don't want to pull your dark ones up here and do the green. So I usually just clean up the outside first before I get anywhere close to the nail, and then I clean closer to the nail. So pull the excess off the outside first, then clean close to the nail. Pull from your light down to your dark, light down to dark. Okay, this will help your colors not muddy. That's really super important. I know I just did the opposite of what I said I did, but I've kind of done a couple of different toppers here. I don't know if they can be seen very easily. Let's try not to mess with but I've got Essie As Gold As It Gets, Essie Pure Perfection, and C&D in Copper Shimmer. Okay, so you can absolutely just top this off with top coat and you are so ready to just rock your rainbow gradient. But if you want to just kind of blend the effect a little bit more, which some people like to, I'd totally wear this as is, but you know, you can just put a little bit of, these have gotten pretty thick, a little bit of shimmer over the top, and dude, doesn't that gold look so amazing over it? Yeah. Gold flakies. Gold flakies. So pretty. Alright. And then one of my most absolutely favorite toppers of like all time is Pure Perfection. I just love how versatile it is. And I'm having a hard time getting the stupid lid open. It's being a pain. Probably because I use this thing so stinking much. Okay. right over the top. You see, this one has like a ton of sparkle. It's not a hollow sparkle. It's more of like a silver with slight bluish like tinges throughout it. Super pretty topper. Okay, so we've got the gold, pure perfection. So pretty. I mean, seriously, go glitter or go home, right? Right? So I'm just saying. Alright, I've never tried the copper shimmer. I just saw it sitting in there and was like, hey, look, copper shimmer. Why not? Dude, I can tell right now I'm gonna love this. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Okay, so this takes away from the rainbow gradient, honestly, but it's really pretty. So there we go. There's your rainbow gradient. I'll go ahead and I'll take a picture and I'll post it on here so that you can see it. But there you go. So if there's, and remember, you can do this with any colors. I mean, get crazy, get wild. It's hard to get 6 colors on a sponge, but it is absolutely possible. If it really bothers you, like you want it to be, I'm really good at eyeing things, start with your 2 middle colors and put your 2 middle colors in the center and then work your way out. That way you can get your lines exactly perfect. So hopefully I'll be making some more tutorials, and now I'm off to figure out some video editing. So this is Mommy Does with the rainbow gradient, and I hope everybody has a totally fantastic day.